Hey YouTube, it's Rebecca. I'm back, back. It's only been a day. I decided last night that I wasn't going to make a video just because I wasn't really up to it. It was kind of a longish day yesterday, and I decided that I wasn't really in a place to make anything worth putting on the internet. And honestly, as much as I'm doing this in the particular way I'm doing this so that I can just consistently put something up, because it's working out a lot better this way than it was trying to do it every week. I also want to strive for something of quality and substance as opposed to just doing it to do it, you know? So today was pretty interesting. We're pretty excited. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet because I have a terrible memory, frankly, but a while back, after my dog died, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned, I definitely think I mentioned it when I started doing these daily videos. You couldn't even see that. That was air quotes. But no, my dog died and we were really distraught. We loved him so much, but he was very sick. And after that, we were really not sure where we were going to go from there. We love having dogs. We have two right now. We have my dog Blue and my dog Rooney. And my mom just loves having animals and loves it. So after talking to a family friend who happens to run a pet rescue, we decided that going forward we would probably start fostering, because it's a really great thing to do. It helps out. It helps keep really nice animals out of shelters while we look for homes for them, like forever homes. And it's really nice to do as well, because from a, monetary perspective, the shelter pays for everything for the dogs you take care of, which definitely helps a lot, because it takes care of food, it takes care of vet visits. That way we can take care of the dogs really, really well until we find homes for them. And it puts fosters in a good position to continuously care for these animals without any financial strains on themselves. And so we started talking about it, and about a week ago we noticed a dog on her website that needed a home. And really sweet dog, older dog, senior, I think she's about 10, maybe a little bit older, who really emergency needs a new foster situation. It's pretty sad, and I'm not going to get too into it. Not that I think the people are going to find us, but they owned the dog. They had a couple of properties, multiple properties, and they would just let the dog wander around between them on roads, and just not safe for the dog. Eventually the dog ran away because it was just wandering loose. And so the sorry, lost for words, the animal control picked her up, and the shelter had her for almost 2 months. So way longer than most shelters keep dogs before euthanizing them. And right before they were about to, my mom's friend's rescue stepped in and took her. And so legally speaking, the rescue owns this dog. And that's a good thing for a lot of reasons, but the whole point is 2 months, these people never came looking for this dog. And it was a small town. It wasn't like there was a bunch of different possible places that this dog could have ended up. If they had looked at any point for her, they would have found her. And they did not. And then Christine took her. And Christine is my family friend. And so from there, they put her in a foster position, a really nice home with lots of other dogs, and it was a good place. And she was there for 2 months, and then all of a sudden the family found out where the dog was. We're not really sure how they found out, but they were informed, and they tried to take the dog back. which legally they have no standing in. They can't do it. But they have tried to take the dog. They have tried to like pull up a court case. There's really nothing for them to do legally, but it doesn't stop them. And so this will actually be a really good placement for her because we're considerably far away from where this dog was and is currently. And coming here means that we can take care of her and not have to worry about being tracked down. I was a little hesitant to talk about this because obviously I wouldn't ever want the family to find out where they are, but this is super ambiguous. Like, they're not gonna find my video on YouTube, certainly. And if they do, then, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, what the fuck, right? But no, and so we're probably gonna get this dog in the next week, and we're really looking forward to it because we love having more animals around. And I, for one, have been really missing having my snuggle bunny, and apparently this is a very snuggly dog, and I'm excited. And she's an older dog, and older dogs are really nice because they're just chill. They're just chill. And she's kind of fat, which is part of something that happened because of this whole situation with the family. Once this family, I keep saying family, I think it's like 2 people, and then like I don't know if they're like married or something. It's weird, but like after they started coming and trying to take the dog, they couldn't let the dog just into their backyard anymore. They had to keep the dog in the house almost all of the time, and she just gained a lot of weight because of it, because she couldn't be outside anymore, and they didn't feel it was safe to walk around with her. And so, I mean, we're really looking forward to getting her back in shape and taking care of her, and overall, it's really excited. I'm really excited because this is a great opportunity for us to help animals, which is fantastic, and so hopefully it works out. And who knows, maybe she'll end up in one of these videos. I would actually love to do a video with my dogs because they're fantastic. Blue's super elderly. She's like 4. She turned, I always have trouble because I can't remember what year we got her, but I know that she's either 14 or she just turned 15. I always estimate old. That's my problem. I feel like we got her longer ago than we did, and apparently we didn't get her as long ago, so I can never remember if I was estimating her at 16 when she should be 14, or if I was estimating her at, I can't remember. We've had her so freaking long. I was in middle school. We've had her longer than any other dog, except, no, actually, we've had her longer than any other dog. I forget, my dog Sunny, who was my first dog, we had him when I was born. He wasn't as old. He wasn't as old. I think he got to be like 16 or 15, and then he got hit by a car, which really sucked. That was awful. We were at my my uncle's wedding, and he was being babysat, and he ran away from the babysitter and got hit by a car, which really was awful. I was in 4th grade. So we didn't have him as long. So I don't know, because he was older when we got him, so we didn't have him as long. I think, I always have trouble remembering because he was already there when I was born, so it's harder for me to track time from before I existed, obviously. But yeah, we've had Blue a really long time now. We got her when we were pretty young, and then after having her for a while, we got my dog Midnight, who we adopted from a shelter, and she was an amazing little dog. She was huge. We think she had to be like part Newfoundland because of how absolutely massive she was. And she was just a sweetheart. And then I think it wasn't even a year later, we adopted my aunt's dog from her, my dog Rainy, who was a golden retriever, a purebred golden retriever, and my great aunt had bought her and her sister Goldie for her twin daughters, and Goldie ended up dying before that, and then my aunt was moving and couldn't take the dog with her, and she was really distraught because she didn't want to put her down, but she was running out of options, so we took her, and we had both of those dogs for a really long time then, like all three of them together, and Midnight ended up having brain cancer, which took us by surprise. We had been told by doctors that she had hip problems and that's why she had trouble walking, but it turned out it was a brain issue, and we ended up having to put her down in like a really distressing way. And then there was, we had Rainey for a couple more years. We don't know how old Midnight was. She was definitely a senior dog by the time we got her, and we had her for several years, so she had a pretty decently long life. And then Rainey, we know for a fact, was 17 when she died, and like I said, Blue is like 14 or 15 right now. Either she just turned 14 or 15, that was already what I said. But yeah, she's pretty old now too. And we have Rooney, who he's older as well. I'm not really sure quite what his age is. I think he's either 10 or 11 right now. But then we had Guinness, and Guinness was the dog that I lost recently, and he was really young, but he had Cushing's disease, and so we couldn't do anything for him because the problem with Cushing's disease for dogs is that the treatment is very limited. There's chemotherapy, and that's about it. And if chemotherapy doesn't work, you have no options anymore. And we tried the chemotherapy and it just made him feel miserable, and so finally we decided to put him down after a year of trying different treatments. And so dogs have always been a big part of my life, and this is very exciting for me because I love dogs. I love taking care of them. I really love it when we have a bunch of dogs in the house because they're just such an uplifting thing to have around. I'm always less depressed when we have like lots going on, and so I'm hoping that this works out. And the other nice thing about fostering dogs is when you're fostering dogs, you can have up to 8 dogs in the house, which is a lot, but I mean, it's a pretty good thing, you know, to be able to help. And then the goal is still to actually get them adopted by someone else, so it's a temporary situation. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. We'll see how it goes in about a week, and that's about it for today. I hope everyone has a great Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. It's my day off, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.